Hi, welcome to All Things Laser Earrings. My name is Diana. I run All Things Laser Earrings, and I love to talk about all projects involving materials, things that you make with your laser. I specialize more in earrings, and I love talking about tips and tricks on what to do with different materials. Today we are talking about iridescence. I love iridescence. Iridescence is a really fun material to make earrings with. It's a really fun material to engrave. So I was just going to talk about different tips and tricks, things to keep in mind when you're working with iridescence, and we're going to peel a pair of iridescent too. So you can, just a couple things I wanted to show you and for you to keep in mind. So iridescent, beautiful, right? I love it. I think it's really fun. I made these kind of crossover earrings Halloween into Christmas, right? It's like Halloween in a snow globe. Love snow globes. And right away, I'm going to be able to show you something where if you are engraving iridescent, you should keep in mind what direction, on what side, you engrave. You want to engrave on the not iridescent side. So in this case, the bluer side, because this is what happens if you engrave on the iridescent side is that the engraving won't be visible on the other side. It doesn't matter if you're just going to show it this side. It doesn't matter really. But if you want the earring to be visible on both sides, you have to engrave on the blue side, not the iridescent side. I will show you a sheet that's been heavily used, so forgive my the sheet. But if you see that on the sheet there is a blue side, and then when I flip it over, there is an iridescent side, and you definitely want to be engraving on the bluer side. I know it's a little hard to see, but you see on this side, you don't really see the iridescence as much, but when I flip it over, you see the iridescence. That's not the side you want to be engraving on. You want to be engraving on this side. So that's if you want the engraving to be visible in both directions. So this was on the iridescent side, so you see it still. I mean, you can still have the earring pointing this way, it's fine. But it's just kind of fun to have an earring that is visible in both directions. All right, so this is a pair that I just made, and we're gonna peel them together because I just want to show you a couple things about iridescent. One, yes, I do mask it. I mask it because I don't want any char on my iridescent or burn marks, so I mask it just to be safe. So I'm gonna ruin my nails as usual and remove the masking on both sides. Here we go. This is the more iridescent side. And what most people don't realize is actually there's an extra layer here that you have to remove. And this is why nails are great. Because you have to peel off this layer, and then you have to turn it around, and you have to peel off this layer too. There's lots of different layers. So I just wanted to show that because I feel that not everyone is aware that there's those extra 2 layers that you should peel off. And look how cool. I love this earring. It is so much fun. And then I also wanted to show, so this isn't quite an iridescent. This is kind of a very shimmer glitter. And look how cool it looks. This earring with the shimmer glitter, very Halloween-y. However, I think I am going to do another pair and paint it in, even if it's just a little bit. It doesn't have to be like a solid white. I think I'm just going to do it like almost like a whitewash white, and I'll show it in another tutorial. But I just thought that was such a cool kind of alternative to iridescence. There's so many different fun glitters now, and this kind of shimmer glitter I thought was beautiful. And by the way, both of these are from custom made Better Acrylic. I have a really good experience with them, and I love buying their different materials. Okay, well, I hope I was able to help you with iridescence. And if you have any questions, ask me below. Oh, in terms of like settings, you do normally have it's hard for me to tell you my settings because everyone's laser is a little bit different, but I put it in the same settings as like my glitters and my mirrors. So you need a little bit more power than just regular acrylics. So keep that in mind. It's always a good idea to test, of course, like in a little corner there, test a little design and see how it looks and then adjust. And I did adjust for the engraving on this. So I made it even like a little bit more. I actually, what did I do? I increased the speed a little and slowed it down because my initial engraving, I think was this one, I did not love. I felt that it was bubbling up and like melting it a little bit too much. So I increased the speed, but then I increased the power too. Um, and so that allowed for a better engrave, but without it kind of like getting kind of bubbly. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it kind of like bubbled and melted a little. All right, well, I hope this helped. If you have any questions, ask me below. If you want to join a supportive community where we share our project and tutorials, join me in my Facebook group, All Things Laser Earrings. And if you want to join my membership where I share files and you have access to all my courses, you can access it at allthingslaserearrings.com. And thank you so much, and thank you for watching.